Hello and welcome to another video. This is how I show you the easiest ways to make the fastest piece of beautiful art. It's okay if you don't want to do all that just to get a beautiful painting, and that's why I'm here. Art is art, and if you just like doing it but don't like spending too much time or investing too much time, well, I understand. And that's what I'm going to show you is the easiest art techniques that make a beautiful piece that stand out in your home and you don't have to do too much. So this is what you call a petal pour, and what you've been seeing is me slowly layering each color on top of each other, and it's very close to the other two videos that I posted. This one is just spread out, so you'll see it'll have a bunch of different areas in the end. So yeah, I am going to speed up this video, however, because this does take a little longer, but still very quick compared to, you know, any other type of art form, because this only took me about 9 minutes. Okay, so it's not a 5-minute video, but it is a 10-minute video. I would think that would be just as equally fast. Sometimes we want to start small, so you can start with a very quick technique. This is still one of them, but you do have a lot of placement to do. I could go a little faster here, honestly. I think I'm just in the zone, which is the fun thing about this art. You don't need to have any specific techniques down. Once you know the actual real acrylic pouring technique that you're going to use, then after that you can just go for it and do whatever you please, and then you learn through there, you know. And so that's kind of what I do mostly, is just test different ways to place and do the techniques itself, and just have fun with it, and I get lost with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward the actual time until I cover the whole painting, and I'll be right back. And we're back. So basically I've covered the entire canvas, as you can see, but not the edges, because what we're going to do is then move the painting around. So what I did do, instead of adding more circles, is just adding a color, or just one color around the edges, so to make sure that it'll go through. It's hard to describe, but basically when you're moving around the painting, it'll make sure to cover every edge. So having all the paint in one kind of symmetrical line versus like a bunch of bubbles is a little bit easier. So you try and fill that up a little bit, but you don't have to go to the edges, obviously, because again, we're gonna go tilt the painting to cover all of the edges anyways. Alright, so it's finally time to tilt the actual canvas, and this is the fun part where you kind of decide as to how you're going to want it to look. At first, obviously, it's going to start creating its own pattern, its own shapes as you move it around, but you do still have some control. What I do like to do is protect the edges, so then I'm not losing that much paint, but realistically you are not going to be able to keep all this paint or all the patterns on the canvas, and it's also sometimes better to lose one or two just to create an effect bigger for the broader picture. So again, going side to side, making sure that I'm not dropping all the paint. Of course, you can cover it with your hands, and typically with gloves. Please wear gloves. Do not do this at home, okay? I'm not very smart sometimes. So anyways, you get the process. I'm just completely tilting. And then as you can see, all the cells are starting to create each other. You can see a new pattern come out of the design, new shapes as you move it around. So that's what it's going to start doing for this one. So yeah, that's the principle of the petal pour. Here's what happens when you don't put on gloves. You now have to go wash your hands. And finally, here are the results. Only 10 minutes in, and I've already created a very beautiful pattern, beautiful cells, ready to hang up for your wall in the next 24 hours if you don't put varnish. Otherwise, of course, varnish it, and then you have a simple piece made easy.